Hey YouTube, it's Pavlov. Tripod's sleeping. So I wanted to do some actual knife reviews tonight. But let me get something. Maybe we can pretend she's here with these Oh, this knife is too big. Look. It's way too big for my hands. She's gonna kill me for that. Look at my hand. It's way too big. Look, I can ride the damn thing. Look, I hold it with two hands. Batman, oh yeah. Okay, so I got a new bird. This is the Byrd Crow. These are out for size comparison. This is pretty similar in size. The G10 Cat from Spyderco. Talk about these two knives a little. This is the Raven. And for size comparison, Paramilitary 2. See, they're about the same size as a pair 2. The Raven and the Crow is the small one. And I got this beauty for 10 bucks. A YouTuber, I think his name is Big Hat, contacted me. He said, I know you like some birds. I got one that's just been sitting in my drawer. You want it? I said, yes I do. So I committed to buying this before I was gonna ship the contest stuff, so I had to follow through on this. But anyway, it's a nice little knife. The one thing I do like with a lot of small knives, they don't give you enough handle. Like this one, it's not very comfortable to hold it back here. They pretty much make you choke up on this knife to actually hold it. But this one, let it focus, you actually get the option because the handle is longer. Quite a bit longer, actually. You can actually fit 4 fingers on in this little. It makes it look more like a feather also, the design, but it actually gives a spot for your pinky. So you can put 4 fingers on this, or you can choke up if you want to. I don't know why they don't give you longer handles on smaller knives. Trying to make them as small as possible, I guess. But these aluminum handled birds, I believe they only came in combo edges, which is fine with me. X-Acto showed us how to sharpen serrations with the sharp maker, and I've been using that since. And this serration pattern, it's not extremely toothy, and it's angled. This part is really tall, really shallow, a high angle or whatever. So that also makes them easier. You want to look at how toothy it is, and if these were much shorter, you know, they wouldn't get as sharp, I don't think. But let's check this out. The guy said it came perfect shape. These handles, they show wear like crazy, but all the paint was perfect. No wear on the clip. This wear, a little bit of wear is from me. I mean, it did sit in a drawer. I believe there was this mark here, and I'll talk about that later. And I don't know, it didn't seem too sharp, but all my birds in the past have come sharp. But I just sharpen them anyway after I get them, so let's try the serrations. See, serrations, slicing paper. You can sharpen serrations with a triangle stone of any kind. It's hard to do this through that damn camera thing. But anyway, you get the point. It's sharp now. So The blade size, I don't know, that's under 3 inches. Here's a cat. About the same blade size. It's not full flat ground though. It is a hollow grind. I like this black coating. And surprisingly, see the stop pin back here? It's the same size as its bigger brother's stop pin. The exact same size. They're not screwed in. There's little tabs at the top and bottom that sit inside the liners. So that is kind of a pain when you're putting the knife back together. I did take this one apart. The blade was not centering. It was actually rubbing right here, which was the only mark on the knife. Right there. So I took it apart. It's got Teflon washers on both sides. Very smooth. These Byrd liner locks are very smooth. And the liner, it was pretty far over until I took it apart. But I think you can see it's pretty early now. If I can get some light in there. But it's really early now, but you know, there's no wiggle, nothing. It's early again. When I had it apart, I just took out this piece and I didn't unscrew these, but the stop pin comes out. It's actually shouldered. One of these sides is, it's got the flat spot on the bottom and it's round on top. It's a good sized Torx bit, nice and big. I like these kind of screws. They did that with this one too. And then 2 at the bottom back here. I like when they use these size screws. They're good quality screws. They don't strip. I tend to over tighten shit, and I didn't strip them out. That's rare for me using it. I've been putting this in my back pocket. Made in China. It's a Byrd. So, I mean, you can find, this is the older one. They make a G10 version now for the Raven and the Crow. I like these. Since I had an aluminum Raven, I wanted the aluminum Crow. And and I like combo edges, by the way. So now, put it back together, and it was kind of a bitch to put it back together to line up where the flat spot goes. It's hard to see, but it's nice and centered. With this part notched, it doesn't come loose. You know, it doesn't hit the side like it was. Right there. Nice centered. The stop pin, the only reason I mention it is because I might take it out and put it in this one. Because remember, this one had been waved quite a bit, and I expected damage to the liner, but this one is early also. Let me see if I can get some light. It looks later than it is actually. It's not even, the liner isn't all the way onto the, it's not past the edge of the tang on this side. See, it looks more like this. See, there's only a little bit hanging off. It's pretty early for this knife being waved all the time because there is damage to the stop pin. It's kind of an egg shape with dents all over it. It doesn't create a problem locking up, but it did create the problem. See, this part, I don't have a problem with that, but I might get the stop pin, and I'll show you why if you didn't see the other video. But there's a piece of duct tape right there, that tan section. That part of the blade is supposed to hit the stop pin and stop this part of the blade from hitting this back spacer. And it wasn't, because the stop pin's all mashed. So my edge right here was getting a nice U shape in it until I put duct tape there. And I might use epoxy resin, but for now this duct tape gives enough space so it doesn't hit even if I squish it or slam it down or let it go. The clip on this little knife, it's skinnier, smaller, but it's a nice size for this small knife. I do like how this looks on this side. The feather pattern kind of sets it apart, you know, bird. It does provide some grip, but you know, the handle shape, it just fits perfect. I have exactly medium hands. Anything medium fits my hands perfect. Gloves, you know, I guess that's all that would fit, but your hands, but pretty much everything is medium. So, but this is definitely a usable smaller knife. I like to hold knives like this sometimes. The hole, let's compare the hole size. The hole, the bird hole, comet hole, whatever, it's actually pretty big. The round section, not sure what the measurement is, but it's decent size. It's about the same size as the cat's, actually. Two small knives. I haven't taken this one apart yet, but I should, to see if they actually bothered to shoulder it, because they did on this, and this cost me 10 bucks, and these sell for 30 or 40, so an actual Spyderco. So I'll get back to you guys on that. But got a new bird knife. It's always a good thing they know how to make a liner lock, right? Because guess what I do? I'll watch YouTube videos and do this all the time. All the time. Click, 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 click. That's what I like to do. It's comforting. I'll do it all the time. So if you get a chance to pick one of these up, it's worth it. And you can find them cheap. This was basically brand new for 10 bucks. So can switch the clip up here, not on this side. Ooh, excuse me. So bird crow, they make them in G10 now. Catch you later. And I'm back. Oh, another good thing with the long handle on this is the little one, the crow, is the spider drop is very easy because the handle is long. And one thing I just noticed on the Raven, they didn't mill out the liners at all. See, it's just all steel. But they did on the crow. Even the liner lock side, see the little circles in the back, but not the liner. And then on the other side, they made bigger circles. This thing's really light. So anyway, for you spider dropping fans, oops, it's easier to do than with this one because the handle does not weigh as much as this handle does, nor is it as long. So it's much more difficult to spider drop this one. This one spider drops are pretty easy. So for the spider dropping fans, This one is better suited. Okay, that's all I had left on this one.